Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater here with not necessarily a movie or TV related video, but one that I think falls under the umbrella of entertainment, and in this case, gaming and what it kind of means. So AT&T right now is floating the idea, shopping around the concept of selling off the Warner Gaming division. This, of course, would be massive. It would be absolutely massive because I'm hearing that they're looking to sell it for about $4 billion. And you might think to yourself, are Warner Brothers games worth $4 billion? I think the Batman franchise could be. It's been 5 years this month since the last Batman game came out. So, I mean, yeah, obviously now is the time for a new Batman game. But yeah, really, I think we're at a point where they could make a lot of cash. Also, Mortal Kombat is included with this. Scribblenauts, Lego Movies, Game of Thrones, like those kind of licenses. That, of course, is going to be pretty massive if they decide to sell. So Take-Two, Electronic Arts are apparently interested or have been floated the idea, but apparently it's Activision that is currently really circulating around the idea of getting this. And I'm not going to lie, I really don't want Activision to get their hands on Mortal Kombat. I don't want Activision to get their hands on, Batman, right? Or on Remedy, or not Remedy, but Rocksteady, okay? Or, Monolith, who did the Lord of the Rings games, the Shadow of Mordor, Shadow of War. I don't want them to get their hands on that. I mean, they might pump some money in, but we all know how that goes. We all know how Activision treats these companies. EA, same thing. They do the same thing. It's just they're terrible. I think if any other major company was going to come in and pick them up, I would like to see Take-Two. I feel Take-Two is slightly better than the other two. And I just feel like Take-Two would be the better home for Warner Brothers gaming content. But it is actually really indicative of AT&T reevaluating where they find themselves with this recent purchase of Time Warner. So when you think about it like this, okay, you think about they said today that they're consolidating HBO Go into just HBO Now because HBO itself, because HBO Now became HBO Max, and they're trying to kind of consolidate the different streaming services that are all really just kind of horribly done. And if you look at Warner Gaming as a whole, there hasn't really been a lot that's come out of that. Like I said, it's been 5 years since Rocksteady released a Batman game or any game, and they've been silent for 5 years, and people are still seriously going, where are you, Rocksteady? We want more. You had Monolith coming out and doing the two awesome Shadow of Mordor games. There's been nothing out of them, especially nothing out of the amazing Nemesis system that they created. Although I would say that Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which is an Ubisoft title, did this something similar with that, with their mercenary system from that game. And anything, I'd like to see Ubisoft come in and potentially take over these properties because I feel like that would be better in the long run, rather than any of the other companies, Take-Two included. There's a lot there that's going to be changing with from AT&T as they start to streamline and consolidate everything that they now own, and they're going to want to be making some of their money back. I would assume that HBO Max is maybe not doing as well as they would like it to be, simply because of the confusion surrounding HBO Go, HBO Now, HBO Max, the lack of being on Roku or Amazon Fire Stick. There is a lot of problems that AT&T is having right now with that particular service, and so even though things will get better over time, this goes to show me that they're probably really hoping to make some extra cash, especially with the fact that theaters are shut down and productions are still shut down. So the Warner Brothers television productions in Los Angeles and around the globe aren't doing anything. No movies are opening up theatrically. Tenet may or may not open next month. If Tenet goes down, you can be guaranteed that Wonder Woman won't be opening next month either. There's a lot that's going to be going into this. And so right now they need to make money. So they're thinking, oh, maybe we can sell our gaming division for $4 billion because, you know what, hey, Disney did the same thing. And that's true. A couple of years ago, Disney decided to just get rid of Disney Infinity. Never mind, they had pumped out all of the marketing and the development for that type of little toy service that I know kids really enjoyed. They just shut it down because it wasn't profitable enough. Rather than try to focus on trying to make it profitable, they just opted to shut it down and then license out the Star Wars license to EA. And Bob Iger even said, we do better when we don't actually make the games ourselves, but then license out to more competent developers. And Warner Brothers has competent developers working underneath them. As I mentioned, the people behind Scribblenauts, the Lego games are fantastic. That's, they have a lot of licensing with that. Rocksteady. I mean, I don't know if they fully own these studios or just license, so I could be wrong on that one. But again, it's kind of like there's a lot in Warner Gaming. I don't know if they're going to get $4 billion, to be honest with you, but it's one of those things where you look at it and you just go, you can tell that the shifting of the industry is so massive right now, and the direction that HBO has gone, or I should say AT&T has gone with HBO and trying to streamline everything else to compete with Netflix. They probably don't want to compete as we go into another console generation and with the other games that are coming out. They probably don't want to compete in that marketplace and would rather sell to somebody who already does in order to just cut their losses and refocus all of that that money and that time and attention into something that is going to be proven to be profitable for them. So it is interesting to see what's going to be happening with this. I do hope we find out more. I hope it goes to a good home. And if Warner Brothers does sell it off, they probably will just sell off whatever they do have that's original IP, but they're big brands like Batman, Game of Thrones, so on and so forth. Those are probably going to stay with them, and then they'll just license those out and make their money that way. And quite frankly, that's probably what's going to happen. But then again, who knows where things are going to go. And of course, when it happens, I'll talk about it. And I'm curious to know your thoughts about this. How do you feel about Warner's selling off its gaming division? Do you care? I don't know if people are really going to care, to be honest with you, because it's not as well known as other gaming companies, right? And it's like the whole division versus like one particular IP. I think if they were to sell off a particular IP, it would then be a lot more newsworthy. But I just wanted to cover this because I always find it to be interesting, and I still do love games. So anyway, your thoughts, your opinions, let me know down in the comments below. I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a great day. Thank you again for watching, and peace out.